I've got it on my face now. Does that not just say it all? Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And before we get into this video, I just want to do the usual. So if you're new here, my name's Amber and I upload beauty, fashion and lifestyle videos. If that's the type of content that you like to see, then why not hit the subscribe button and come along and join my little family. And if you're already subscribed, why not make sure the notification bell switched on just so you're notified of whenever I upload a video. Why not give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And now we can get right in. So guys, today we're going to be talking about a Revolution foundation. I seen this on their website. I did a little bit of a Revolution haul and I really wanted to try it on. I've got it on my face now. Does that not just say it all? How pretty is this looking? If you want to see me testing out the new Revolution Pro CC Cream Perfecting Foundation with SPF 30, and keep watching guys because it's coming your way. But first I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about the product. So this was £10. You get 26ml of product, which is about average for a foundation. A normal foundation you get about 30ml of product, so it's not far off. It claims on the packaging to be a full coverage. On the website it's classed as more of a sheer to buildable coverage. You can definitely get full coverage with it, I will say that, but it's that type of full coverage where it's almost reminds me of a little bit of naked skin, but this is more like dewy and luminous, sorry, stay naked, where it is your skin but sort of better. So it is a highly pigmented yet light moisturising foundation. It's enriched with hyaluronic acid, collagen and antioxidants. So obviously it's packed full of lots of great ingredients. And for you guys that don't know, hyaluronic acid is very plumping. It helps to draw water to the surface of the skin to make it look more hydrated. So on the website it says it's the most hard-working multi-purpose foundation. It's perfect for dry or combination skin. Now upon trying this, I would definitely 100% recommend this for dry skin. It is very luminous. If you are someone who has got oily skin, I would probably recommend that you maybe steer away from it or try it but with a powder. I've got half my face powdered and half my face not powdered. I'm an oily combination skin type. I really like it so far, but I haven't done my intervals yet where I check up on it, so stay to the end of this video to watch to see how it wears throughout the day if you want to see that. It leaves the skin hydrated and protected. It's got hyaluronic acid and collagen and it will protect the skin whilst evening out skin tone. It's got antioxidants such as vitamin E to help reduce redness, which is amazing for me because I do have redness in my skin, and it diffuses the appearance of wrinkles whilst offering a long-lasting coverage that doesn't feel cakey or heavy on the skin. It doesn't feel cakey or heavy at all, and a little bit does go a long way with it. It's got a luxurious tube which I'm going to show you in a minute, and it comes in 20 true to skin colours. Not only is it a nice wide range of shades, it's a nice range of skin tones. They do different tones, so there's like yellow undertones and different undertones in the skin, which is great because not every brand caters for undertones. So it comes in this really lovely, very fancy bottle with a really nice easy to use pump. That is all. I just wanted to quickly give you an overview of the product before we get in and test it, so if you want to see me testing it then keep watching. So guys, before we go ahead and use this new foundation that I'm really excited to try, I just want to prime my face. I'm just going to be using my Nivea Daily Essentials Moisturiser and Primer, just because I wanted to use, I've been loving dewy primers recently, but I wanted to use something that was just like a moisturiser, just to see what this would sit like on my skin, and obviously then we can see what the foundation actually looks like, because if there's any dewiness comes through, that could be from the primer if I use more of like a dewy primer. So obviously we're going to be using the Revolution Pro CC Cream. I got the shade F5.7, so a 5.7 was for light to medium skin with an olive undertone. I've got like quite a neutral undertone, so I can get away with sort of either or, but if I ever wear a pink undertone it sort of makes me look a little bit grey, so I try to steer more towards like a neutral or a yellowy sort of colour undertone. So this is supposed to be full coverage. I think it's like a buildable coverage, so you can have it more sheer if you want to. I'm going to apply one half with a brush and the other half with a sponge, so we can see how it sort of applies with different application methods. And I'm actually going to powder one side of my face and not powder the other, so we can see how it wears powdered and how it wears not powdered, because obviously not everyone out there wears powder. I do because I've got an oily skin. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this side first with a beauty blender. I always say beauty blender and I think a lot of people do, but it's a Real Technique sponge, should I say. So looking at this colour, I think it's going to be a really nice colour on me. I'm just going to blend. Ooh, it's got a different consistency to what I thought it would have. It's got like a sort of gel-like consistency. That was a lot of foundation. I maybe didn't need that much. So that was like 2 pumps, and that probably would have done my full face. That is definitely a full coverage. I didn't expect it to be that full coverage straight off. I was thinking, oh, I'm going to need quite a lot of this. So it's blending out really nicely. Probably didn't need that much foundation though, to be fair. The colours are a pretty good match as well for me. It's quite nice because it's slightly darker than my natural skin tone, but not too dark. Quite like how that looks on the skin as well. And I get like, you can see how red my cheeks get, and it has covered up the majority of that redness. So I'm going to go in on the other side with a brush. I'm not going to put as much on this time. Just using this type of a foundation brush. Just done 2 little pumps this time. And let's see what it applies like. I think I like the foundation, the Beauty Blender already better, because it just seemed to, I don't know, like spread it really evenly across. Yeah, with this foundation you definitely get a more sheer coverage if you go in with a brush. Can you see? Obviously I've not blended it out properly yet, but you can see a lot of my more like imperfections and my redness is coming through a little bit, where with the Beauty Blender it's completely covered. So I've actually shown you that process. I'm actually just going to go ahead, because I want to look pretty even on camera because I've got other videos to film today. I'm just going to match myself up on the other side with the Beauty Blender. Just blend this out all over the face. Ah, that's interesting. It's actually not pumping out anymore. What? I've only just bought it. That's really strange. So the pump actually isn't working anymore on it, and I've just bought it. That's really odd. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. I'll just carry on to blend this out. It's quite dewy. It's got quite a dewy look. You can see by the reflection on the camera as well, it's got like a luminosity to it. You can definitely build this up to a more full coverage. It's not like, I don't know, I would never expect this coverage from a CC cream, but I'm really impressed with the coverage. And straight away, like, it's not often that I look at a foundation on my skin and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty, like I like that. I'm just going to grab some concealer and I'm going to see what that lays down like on top of it. I'm actually going to take the Lord & Berry Soft Touch Concealer. This is one of my lighter coverage concealers, and I just think it'll blend out really nicely with the foundation. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of this under the eye area. So I'm just going to blend this out with the foundation and see what. I think these two will work really well together because they've got that similar sort of dewiness to them. Yeah, I'm liking how that's looking. I really like the look of those two together. That's blended out seamlessly into that foundation. So guys, this is what it looks like blended out with the concealer. Now, I really like it. I'm just going to put a quick note here. If you're someone who doesn't like that dewy, you're probably not going to like this. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like powdered down, but it is very like luminous. Can you see? You can see how it's reflected on the camera. It's very luminous finish. I like that. I don't normally, but I do with this. I feel like it's making my skin look like alive. Like my skin looks so healthy. So I'm just going to take some powder. I'm going to powder one side and see how that changes the look of the foundation. I'm going to go in with my usual. I'm just going to use the Urban Decay D-Slick because I know how this performs on foundations because I always use it. I'm just going to take it on my powder brush and I'm just going to apply this to one half of the face. I still like the look of it with the powder on, but I think if you've got dry skin, oh my god, this will make your skin look insane. So I'm just going to go in with the Primark bronzer. This is the Bronze Glow in Sunset. I'm going to take this on my big fluffy bronzing brush. That laid on nicely. I'm really liking this, guys. Like, I didn't expect to order this and love it, like, to be honest. I didn't, like, I wanted to. Obviously it's my hard-earned dollar that I've spent, but I just wasn't sure it was going to be my cup of tea. And I've always wanted to try the IT Cosmetics ones, and then when I seen this I was like, oh, I've got to try that. So that is laid fine on top of this side that's not powdered. You can see it's still very luminous. This is the powdered side. So now we're going to go in with a little bit of blush. So I'm going to be going in with the blush palette. I don't know what shade to use. Do you know what? I think I'm going to just risk it and go for this bright pink because I really want to tie it into the eye look. So this is shade number 3. I'm going to go in for this one. I've just done my blush and that sat on again fine. I need a little bit of highlight in my life, so I'm going to go in with the PIXI RachhLoves highlighting palette and I'm going to go in with the shade T. Oh, this highlighter is unreal. So guys, this is the finished look. I'm just going to spritz my face with some setting spray. slightly obsessed with this foundation. Obviously it's slightly dewier on the side that I haven't powdered, but I actually like both sides. This has gone less powdery now. I've spritzed it with the all-nighter spray. All I'm going to do, guys, is I'm literally just going to pop off camera and finish off a few little bits. Then we will get back and have a little chat, and then I will be doing foundation check-ins so we can see how this wears throughout the day. So guys, as promised, I'm back. This is the finished look with the foundation and everything on. I've just got changed into something a little bit more appropriate to sit and film a video. Rather than my gym jams and PJs, which I'm quite often in when I'm doing makeup tutorials. I am very, very impressed so far. I love the finish on my skin. I think my skin looks amazing. I'm not sure how it's going to wear throughout the day. Obviously I'm a more oily combination skin type. It might get quite oily on me, I don't know. Obviously we can see the difference between my powdered side and my powdered side and my not powdered side as well as we go on throughout the day. I will do a couple of check-ins. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I'll just sort of pop up in a couple of hours when I feel like it, and we'll sort of see where it goes. But I'm very, very impressed so far, and so far I give it a thumbs up. But make sure you keep watching so I can see how this wears throughout the day and see what my opinions are. Hey guys, so I've had the makeup on for around about 2 hours ish now, and sorry, I was just looking in the mirror, and to be quite honest, there's not much wear difference between the powdered side and the normal side of the face. It just looks like quite dewy. My skin looks quite dewy and fresh. It doesn't look oily, which you would think it would, but it doesn't. I'm really impressed so far. So I'll check in with you in another couple of hours time and we'll see where we're getting on. I'll give you a little close up so you can see what my skin looks like. I've got a slight tiny little bit of wear on my nose, but apart from that, we're pretty much, and I've not topped up with any powder, I've not topped up with any setting spray or anything like that. It's literally been left since you've seen the last ending of the video. Hey guys, so I'm just back a couple of hours after, maybe about another 2-3 hours later. I just thought I'd do a quick check-in. So I definitely prefer the powdered side, which I thought would be the case because I am slightly oily. You can see that this side is a lot more dewy. Now if you like this sort of a look, great, don't powder it, but for me it just looks a bit too much, do you know what I mean? Overall, for my skin, for how oily it is, it's actually done really well, and I would definitely go for the more powdered option, and I would probably just powder it down more. I think I would probably use a mattifying primer with this as well, just because I've got an oilier skin type, but I think you can definitely get away with it being oilier. I just think you would need to powder it down a little bit unless you like this look to your face. Anyway guys, I will do a final check-in in a couple of more hours, and we'll see where we're at. Hey guys, so we are now at 9:30 at night. I started filming this morning at around 1ish, and I've had this on my face for a good few hours, let's just say that. So you can see, this is the powdered side. This is the unpowdered side. We are dewier obviously on the unpowdered side than we are on the powdered side. But I'm very impressed with the wear of this foundation, I have to say that. Considering how oily I am, because I have got quite an oily skin, it's not really wore off. Sorry, I'm just coming into different lighting. I think if I powdered this down with a powder again, and we'd be good to go. So it might be one of those where I need to powder slightly more than what I would with my other foundations, but for the look it gives my skin and for how it feels on my skin, like, it is so weightless, I would definitely recommend it. So this one is approved by me. It 100% gets a thumbs up. It's not really, I'm just going to give you a close-up just so you can see just the slight oiliness to my skin. Yeah, 100% approved from me. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I shall see you next one. Thanks so much for watching.